In this session, we'll go over the daily schedule so you'll know what to expect each day. During the camp, you will receive a schedule that looks a lot like this. We've noticed in the past that it's not clear to everyone how to read it, so here's a little help with that. Each row represents a 15-minute time period beginning at the time noted in the far left column. The first row then begins at 9 o'clock and continues until 9:15. Reading it this way, you'll see that our large group morning time begins at 9:30 and the next activity begins at 10:15. Take a moment to find our morning snack break in yellow as an example. It begins at 11:15 and lasts for 15 minutes. I hope that helps. Each of our 4 crews has its own column, starting with the youngest group on the left. If it seems really complex, don't worry, our administrators will be there to tell you when it's time to move on to the next activity. There are a lot of moving parts and people at our kids club, so it's important we all move at the same time. Let's walk through a couple of the crews' schedules as examples of how the day will go. First, we'll look at the youngest group, the 4 to 5-year-olds. Parents will drop the children off in the foyer between 9 and 9:30 each morning. The first day will be a little crazy as parents fill out forms and kids get their badges and t-shirts and drop off their lunches. Because it can get crowded, only those volunteers who have responsibilities in the welcome area should be there. We will ask everyone else to be waiting in the sanctuary to receive the children when they enter. At 9:30 each day, we will begin the day in the large room with our large group time. This will last 45 minutes and will include singing and dancing, skits, team games and cheers, announcements and instructions, and more. All volunteers, regardless of role, are highly encouraged to participate in this time. The kids love to see us all singing, dancing, and playing with them. At 10:15, we will divide in 2. Groups 1 and 2 will walk to the location of the games for the day. This location will change from day to day. We'll tell you more about that when it becomes relevant for you. After 45 minutes of sport and game time, they will come back to the large room and have their snack at 11:15. Afterward, the younger 2 groups will spend an hour in their elective activities. We plan to offer team sports, which includes basketball and soccer, dance, drama, music, and martial arts. At 12:30, we will all gather in the large room for lunch. We will have 45 minutes to eat and clean up. This is a great time to have a game or 2 up your sleeve. Some kids are really fast eaters and will be done in a few minutes, while other kids will need the full 45 minutes to eat. At 1:15, the 2 younger groups will hear the Bible story for the day. Then they will divide into their crews and have 30 minutes of crew time. We hope this will be a relaxed time with the crew leaders to bond, talk about what they are learning, play games, and make friends. After crew time, the youngest group will move to their science time, followed by 30 minutes of crafts. At 3:15, they will return to the large room for the afternoon snack. We close the day with 30 minutes of large group time. After more singing, dancing, and announcements, the parents pick up the children at 4 o'clock. Now, just to highlight the difference between the older and the younger groups, let's take a look at the 8 and 9-year-old crew's daily schedule. You'll see that they start in the large group time as well, and following that, they'll stay in that room to hear the day's Bible story along with the oldest group. Then they will break up into their crew time, followed by the snack break, and they will have their science and their crafts rotations. After that, we'll all meet for lunch. And after lunch, they will go on to the games and sports location for the day. After that, they will have their hour of their elective activity. Then we'll have our snack together and close the day with our large group time. You'll notice that after the kids go home, we still have a couple more things to do before we can relax for the evening. From 4 until roughly 4:30, we'll ask those who are not involved in the parent pickup process to comb through the rooms, tidying up and looking for items that need to go to the lost and found box. Crew leaders should stay with their kids until parents come to pick them up. We will have a small snack available to volunteers, and at 4:30 we will gather on the terrace to have our daily volunteer meeting. This is a time to talk about what went well, what needs improving, and to pray for the next day. Once that's over, everyone else will exit the building while a small crew of volunteers cleans the bathrooms and sweeps, mops, and vacuums the floors. We'll move through these end-of-day tasks as quickly as possible so everyone can head home to rest and mentally prepare for the next day. On Friday, we will have a different schedule to accommodate our spectacle or our end-of-the-week show for family and friends. We will tell you more about that when the time is right, but here's just a quick glance at that schedule. We hope this overview has given you an idea what to expect. By God's grace, the camp has always run smoothly, and we pray He'll do it again.